Welcome to SVG-TV's news and sports for Monday, December 16, 2013. I'm Khalil Cater with the details. The land space for marijuana cultivation here is said to be a mere 50 acres less than what is currently being used for banana production. Delivering a speech on the economic perspective of the legalization of marijuana for medicinal purposes, economist Terrell Mapp says, according to the 2012 International Narcotics Control Strategy Report, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is one of the largest exporters of marijuana to the United States, second only to Jamaica.
The Narcotics Control Strategy Report also revealed that approximately 300 acres of land in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is under marijuana cultivation. Yeah, sounds like a lot. Right? That's 50 acres less than what's used for banana production. So that's a lot. Right? The trend of younger nationals entering the trade has been absorbed, implying that the industry is quite lucrative. What is unfortunate though, the report also revealed that Vincentian drug runners and Trinidad and criminals are now exchanging marijuana for guns, a barter system.
And in discussing the pros and cons of the legalization of marijuana, Mapp says it is important to note that marijuana has many more uses than just medicinal.
Under industrial textiles, marijuana can be used for making nets, twines, carpets, and food granola, and personal hygiene, soap, shampoo, and industrial products, oil paints, varnishes, lubricants, and paper, printing paper and packaging. And the list is not exhaustive. Research is therefore needed to investigate how effective and efficient marijuana is in producing each of these items. Now, legalizing marijuana for medical use could reduce government enforcement bill. Government has a very large enforcement bill, and government across the world spend a great sum on fighting marijuana and marijuana production and trade. So just imagine how much could be saved if this fight was to come to an end.
And Mapp is of the view that medicinal marijuana can further diversify SVG's economy.
Medical marijuana can further diversify our economy. Medical marijuana is not just agriculture, it is manufacturing too. So it could help in the diversification process of agriculture and strengthen our very small manufacturing sector. The medical marijuana industry can improve the employment situation in SVG. I think employment stand at 18.8% in 2008, and that was before the crisis. So you could imagine the impact after the crisis, right? And this relates to the issue of equity. An increased employment could mean reduction in poverty levels. Our poverty rate is about 30.2%, right? If the medical marijuana industry is profitable, then there is no need for the trade of guns for marijuana, which is taking place between Vincentian drug runners and Trinidad and criminals, according to the report.
Liat flights in and out of the E.T.J. airport today were cancelled by the airline's officials, but local airport authorities say they were not aware of the situation. According to a media release from Liat, flights were cancelled both to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Dominica in the interest of safety. Acting Chief Executive Officer Julie Reefer-Jones said that the cancellations were due to high seasonal winds. Reefer-Jones added that Liat's aircrafts have a tailwind limitations set by the manufacturers and are not permitted to take off or land when prevailing winds are beyond these limits. Liat's acting CEO added that around this time of year, the wind conditions in SVG restrict the takeoff weight of the aircraft, and when this occurs, the company is obliged to restrict the number of bags that can be taken on board. But when contacted by SVG-TV News, officials from the airport management and the ministry responsible for aviation could not comment on the situation, saying that they were not aware that the flights were cancelled. An airport official told SVG-TV News that they did not receive any correspondence from the airline about the cancellation. We also contacted Liat's head of corporate communications, Desmond Brown, who outlined that the airport was not obliged to know about the changes. The Lewis family of Greggs is still seeking answers to their many questions as it relates to the death of their 33-year-old Jeremy Lewis. He was residing in the UK as a Navy officer at the time of his death. Jimmy Sherright paid a visit to the Lewis family on Friday and tells us more on how they're coping.
We would miss him, but we thank God for his life.
Those are some of the first words Alston Lewis used to describe his deceased son, Navy veteran Jeremy Lewis. Lewis died on Thursday, December 5th in the United Kingdom after consuming a carbonated soft drink unknowingly containing a lethal amount of cocaine.
He's obedient, loving, kind, unselfish. But God knows.
In everything you got something.
And as the scripture was saying, in everything,
Give thanks.
give thanks.
The grieving father told SVG-TV News that they are still unclear as to what may have led to the death of his son, but explains what they have learned of the circumstances leading up to his death.
The word is that he went to gather some stuff for his daughter birthday, which was the following day. Some candles and some other stuff for a cake. They were planning to have a little bashment for his daughter. Probably passed and saw his friend packing up some stuff in his garage or something of the sort. Got tired, asked for a drink, that's what we were told. Take a drink, whether he drank, whatever he put in his mouth, but whatever it is, the amount, whatever it was, caused his death.
You guys are hoping to travel to the UK soon. Will his body be brought back to St. Vincent or what time?
We are hoping to travel as soon as we can get out the tickets down, because they're sending some tickets for us. But we're going to do it up there, and hopefully we get a nice video so we can have a memorial service. We will be having a memorial service for him as soon as we get back down.
While awaiting word on the exact cause of Jeremy's death, his parents had this to say.
Of course. Of course.
Can't expect that we go right so.
Of course.
The deceased left to mourn a 3-year-old daughter, his wife, one brother, and a sister. Jamisha Wright reporting for SVG-TV News.
Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves will be missing Christmas celebrations at home as he will be away for a 2-week period. The PM left the state earlier today for his official visit to the Vatican at the invitation of Pope Francis. His delegation includes his wife, 3 of his children, his mother-in-law, Claudia Francis, SVG Ambassador to the UN, Rhonda King, and Adrian De Freitas, a representative of the Catholic community. According to a media release, the state is meeting the travel expenses of the Prime Minister, his wife, Ambassador King, as well as Adrian De Freitas, while the travel expenses of his 3 children and mother-in-law will be taken care of by the Prime Minister himself. The meeting at the Vatican is scheduled for December 19th at 10:30 a.m. Vatican time. Prime Minister Gonsalves is expected to return to the state on December 28th. The National 9 Mornings Festival off to a good start, attracting hundreds to Heritage Square. That story and more when the local segment of SVG-TV's Evening News continues. Welcome back. Well, we're just 8 days away from Christmas Day, and while many of you are busy making your Christmas preparations, cleaning, decorating, shopping, and hiding presents from your children, hundreds of persons gathered at Heritage Square in the wee hours this morning for the commencement of a totally Vincentian tradition, the National 9 Mornings activities. According to Minister of Tourism, Cecil Mackey, the opening marked the beginning of the most unique and best Christmas in the Caribbean. In case you didn't manage to make it out this morning, here's some of what you missed as we get more of the morning's activities in this report.
9 morning is we own thing, 100 years we celebrating. Going on Monday that tough.
8 mornings to go before the Vincentian tradition of 9 morning comes to an end. But until then, hundreds of persons will be getting up early to take part in the various 9 mornings activities across the country. At this morning's launch of the National Festival, Minister of Tourism and Culture Cecil Mackey urged persons to visit all of the communities that are hosting 9 mornings activities. Mackey said he is hopeful that in 2014, this country's tourist arrivals at December will accumulate to some 15,000 persons.
I want to invite you all to enjoy all that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has to offer. We have close to 40 communities lighting up this year. Visit a different community every morning and also take the opportunity to do 32 islands and cays that make up St. Vincent and the Grenadines and enjoy everything we have to offer.
In keeping with the 9 mornings tradition, host, Assistant Superintendent of Police Jonathan Nichols, journalist Gloria Williams, and Chairman of the National 9 Mornings Committee Michael Peters officiated the early morning activities.
You send your one nice little boy to school and you understand he was coming home in the evening and a car knock him down, flatten him out in the street, he dead. Reckless driver. Ball. Stop say cry. Oh God. You don't have no time for breathing now. Oh God. Oh God. Oh. You're at your mother's deathbed, right? And she promised you that she's going to leave all the money in the bank for you, which come up to like $250,000, $250,000. And she had to sign. And just before she signed, she goes so, Ball. Oh God. Oh God, me want money. Oh God. Oh God, me get to know. Oh God. Oh God, me can't get money. Oh.
Chinese parang. This is our song. Ting tong long. Ting long.
9 Mornings 2013 is being held under the theme celebrating 100 years of a unique Vincentian tradition and will climax on Christmas Eve morning, December 24th. For SVG-TV News, I am Zulika Lewis.
So come on out tomorrow morning. The community of Stubbs kicked off its Christmas lighting up and 9 morning celebrations on Saturday evening. The event was filled with lots of entertainment from persons in the community. In other Christmas news, children around the country got a taste of Christmas on Saturday as the E.T.J's Children's Charity hosted a Christmas party at Backyard Adventures. The children were entertained by various attractions, including a meet and greet with Santa and a mini karaoke. The Western Carolers took a clean sweep on Friday night, winning both the junior and senior categories of the annual police caroling competition held at the Central Police Station. Christine John has a highlight of the contest in this report.
Western Carolers went all out on Friday night to emerge as champions in the 2013 Police Caroling contest held in Kingstown. They not only took the first place spot in both the junior and senior categories, but also copped the Best Traditional Song prize. Second and third position in the senior category went to Headquarters Carolers and Training School Carolers respectively.
Hey, hey, hey! Up to the top floor. Hey, hey, hey! You can't use to brown. Hey, hey, hey! But no way better than before. Power up at the love that when you put it in black day. Give me some love. What you dream happy. What you dream happy. Now I get everything. Anybody say Santa Claus, tell him to pass it fast. You can just show his face and let them go. Santa already gives you an police.
In the junior position, second place went to the Southwestern Carolers and third place to Central Carolers.
Do you see what I see?
A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite. With a tail as big as
Hezekiah. Today the glory of God shines everywhere for all of the world. Oh Jesus, born on this day, He is our light and salvation.
Training school carolers took the Best Original Song and Best Speech, while auxiliaries took the Best Turnout Award. Kristen John Dean reporting for SVG-TV News.
And in other news, we hear that as a thank you gesture to the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for investing in his educational development and to put into practice what he has learned at university, pianist Rodney Small is busy fine-tuning plans for the staging of Steel Expressions 2. Small told SVG-TV News that Steel Expressions, The Graduate, will seek to showcase a different side of the creative arts and will feature drumming, acting, broken poetry, and live music by the Ultimate Band and more.
I'm going to use some of these popular Vincentian artists like Chanel and Scorpion and Bomani and fit them into a different capacity that persons have never seen them before. So we are accustomed to them in their comfort zone singing soca, but we are now going to flip the script and have them singing some jazz, some techno, some disco and stuff like that. But at the end of the night, we're going to cover all the different elements of the creative art and all the different genres of music that there is. I would not have been able to walk around to everybody and say, this is what I've been doing at school in Jamaica, or this is where I'm at after being professionally trained. So me and the management team and the production team decided that we're going to have a meeting and decide how is best we're going to show the public that this is what school has done for me. And then I came up with the idea of just putting it on a stage, you know what I mean? Because that's my comfort zone, being on stage, because I figure every stage is my home. You know what I mean? And then if I could really express how I feel through my music and show people that this is what school have done for me.
Small is urging Vincentians to be a part of Steel Expressions 2, scheduled for December 29th at the Russell's Theatre Auditorium.
Side woman, as I said, would be a featured act. Chanel Mackenzie would also be there. The Calypso King Scorpion, Bomani, which is, we have a surprise for everybody. There's a song that we did together. He wrote the lyrics and I put the music and we composed the melody that we're going to premiere on that night. Never been recorded before, never been released. So on that night we're going to premiere a song called Teacher by Bomani. It's a very inspirational song. The alternate dance group is going to be the La Gracia dancers. As I say, we're going to show the different incorporation of the different elements and show that none cannot be without none. I know that the Vincentian public would support this because, you know what I mean, as Harry they say, hold your own, but we have a toast, support your own.
Team SVG won 3 Regional Entrepreneurial Development Awards at the recently concluded 6th Annual Sustainable Livelihoods Through Entrepreneurship Conference held in Jamaica. SVG was represented by Ashley John, Executive Director of Constructive Solutions Incorporated, K-Don Ferguson, the owner of K-Valley Investments, producers of local flavored coconut oils, and agripreneur Elroy Foster. The conference, whose theme focused around taking development into the community, included a young male and female entrepreneurs exhibition from across the region and saw over 40 entrepreneurs from Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Guyana, Jamaica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Panama, and the Bahamas. Team SVG, in partnership with the Center for Enterprise Development, the CED, led by Ashley John, won the Most Informative Award for their entrepreneurial development concept, BizHub, a community program designed by Constructive Solutions Incorporated. Individually, K-Don Ferguson of K-Valley Investments won the Best Product and Best Quality Awards for her locally produced flavored coconut oils. Team SVG has been invited to participate in AgroFest in Barbados, Expo Jamaica, and upcoming conferences in Panama and the Bahamas during 2014.